How I accidentally reversed aging. Let's talk about it. It's officially my 31st birthday, and I'm so excited to launch this first episode giving you my anti aging secrets. And honestly, it was literally all by accident. As the years go by, people are always making compliments, especially people that I've known from the past. They're just like, you look like you're like 21, 22, like my early 20s. And then people that I just meet, same thing. I've even had people think that I'm in high school. So, yeah, I mean, how did this happen? Like, honestly, there's so many different factors. So, let's just hop right into it. Ever since my 25th birthday, I have really just dove into being as stable as possible, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And I think by grounding myself, I relieved a lot of stress. And stress, actually, from my understanding, it can cause a lot of aging. So I think limiting my stress at a young age was really helpful. What ways that I've relieved that stress is I cut toxic people out. I stay away from environments that don't make me feel good, and I don't engage in activities that don't make me feel good. And what I mean by that, it's like staying up out late, just things that don't vibe high with me, right? I've come to find that I love spending time with my family. I love spending time alone. I love working out. Oh my gosh, if that's all I did every day, just do some type of exercise and activity, I'm like the happiest girl on the planet. And just really indulging in things that I personally like whenever I like. The second way that I am pretty sure that I reversed aging was just living alone, honestly. I am now turning 31, and I honestly wish I would have done it sooner, living by myself, because wow, the freedom that you have living alone and not worrying about anybody else or anything. I don't have pets. I don't have a partner. I don't have anyone, just me, myself, and I. It's just like, it's a type of freedom that it's such a blessing to have. So if you have the opportunity, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go for it. And also just knowing that like what you're working for is just for yourself. Like when you have roommates, you have a job and you've got bills and then you like split things and you share things and you co-live and mingle. It's not, to me at least, it was never as fulfilling because I don't know, there was always somebody there, right? It's like a giant weight in a rock. At least that was always my experience. So yes, being Miss Single Pringle by myself, like when I moved into my nice luxurious apartment, I remember my parents telling me, they're like, "Oh, I bet you're happy paying your own rent now, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yes." I was so happy. Like, and I still am. I'm always happy. I'm like, "Yes, I got my electric bill, I got my Wi-Fi, and it's all mine. It's all me. I turn up the AC and the heat as hot and cold as I want, whenever I want, and I wake up whenever I want. Yeah, that's a whole nother story, you guys. I wake up super, super early because yo girls got goals, but I don't have to worry about waking up anybody. And then also just not having pets. I love animals, love, 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 love animals. But having a pet does disrupt your life, because they need to go potty. Or like a cat will just randomly paw at your hair when you're sleeping. You know what I mean? It's not about you. I've contemplated getting a fish, but even that takes work because you got to clean their tank. So just having that mental load of not worrying about anybody but yourself, right? Being completely selfish. The third way that I am pretty sure I reversed my aging by accident was just eating whole nutritious foods from age 19. Yeah, I started getting really serious about my nutrition at age 19 when I went to college. And organic was just becoming a thing. And in my small town, they didn't have it. But when I went to college, I started seeing a little bit here and there. Yeah, that made such a difference. And I felt different. I felt better. And as the years go on, like now, like, gosh, that was what, 12 years ago? Yeah, I think, yeah, if I'm doing the math correct. I am so sensitive to anything that's not organic. Like I genuinely, my tummy can't take it. I got to go to the bathroom. I have a really upset tummy. So I have a very refined taste of food, but I also am in tune with it emotionally. Like I can feel it. Like I know this sounds crazy. This might be so weird for people, but like spiritually, like if the animal is raised in captivity and there's a lot of stress, like I feel that and I break out. And that took me like I think in my early 20s I started to notice that. I was like, "What?" And then I started, you know, realizing the difference between pasture raised and just healthier animals. And then once upon a time I read something online saying that is it Germany or maybe Scotland? I don't know, somewhere on the other side of the world, they have cows that are like, I think it's like $500 for like a little piece of steak, but they're the healthiest cows and they actually graze and listen to instrumental music and they're like the healthiest, happiest cows. And apparently their meat is so good. So I think that's where like the first seed planted in my head where I'm like, the emotions and the whereabouts of where you're getting your food does matter. So, especially meat, right? And then, another way was water. Water, you guys. You gotta hydrate. Not hydrating makes you shrivel up like a prune. I have noticed that when I'm dehydrated, I see some wrinkles. But when I'm not dehydrated, my skin's glowing and plump and fresh and just, I look so good. You know what I mean? Another thing is I don't get any injections like on my face. I don't get Botox. I used to do facials. Another secret I think is just having really good skincare. So I actually use Miranda Kerr's organic skincare line. It's the only certified organic skincare company out there in the market. She launched in 2017. I'm a huge fan. But ever since I started using her products, like I legit don't need to go get facials anymore. And what I love about them so much is that I'm a huge advocate for organic and what you put in out on your skin. It's the largest organ of your body. Your body actually absorbs it. So it's really important. So that's another thing too is I'm very picky with the lotions and anything that I put onto my body. So that helps. Another thing that has helped me with reverse aging is just exercise. Exercise. I have noticed that if I take a few days off or something, it doesn't, like I actually start to look tired, and tired kind of like ages you, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I think exercising has helped, eating well, good skincare, no stress or less stress, and just having a good quality of life overall, just doing things that really fulfill me. I have amazing careers. I'm very creative. I follow my passions. I'm very intuitive as well. I think that's been helping me. If something doesn't feel good, I don't do it and I don't entertain it or pursue it. Yeah. And I'm 31, a single Pringle. I think a lot of that has helped as well. Just not having stress again of anybody, especially a partner. When we have partners, we put a lot of focus onto that relationship and building together. And I think just reverting all of that energy back into myself has just naturally reversed the aging process for me. And there you have it. That's how I have accidentally reversed aging. On top of it, I take a lot of supplements too. Like back to eating healthy. Like I didn't realize how healthy I ate until I started not eating healthy. And I was like, oh my gosh, stuff like that. Um, but if you would actually like some advice, you can definitely schedule a one on one with me and I can help you modify your lifestyle. Believe it or not, people actually will lose weight with just hanging out with me and being in my presence. I started noticing that probably 4 years ago. Yeah. So I started limiting dating because I started to see that like men would literally lose weight and make more money. So your energy is really, really, really important. And that's what I do with my consultations is we actually look at your lifestyle, we see how we can tweak it and vibrate and elevating you to a different version of yourself, your highest potential, your most healthy, where you will naturally want to just be better, healthier, and sexier. Because when you're healthy, you're sexy. And what do I mean by sexy? Confident, okay? When you're confident. And huge shout out to my IG people in my group chat for Be Healthy, Feel Sexy. Follow me on Instagram, Diary of a Health Goddess, just like my YouTube name. Be a part of that group chat, you guys. I'm on there daily. I give little inspirational messages. And I love having all of you guys. So thank you so much for recommending that I make this podcast because here it is. And here's the first topic. Thanks to you guys. Until the next time, be healthy, feel sexy. Mwah.